In the past, someone with a $1 million portfolio would easily have enough income to retire. They would have plenty of money to pay for housing, food, healthcare, transportation, and take nice vacations when desired. However, $1 million has a fraction of the buying power it had for previous generations. Some people might not even find that it would produce enough income without having to make some major sacrifices, continuing to work to some extent. That's not to say you couldn't retire comfortably with $1 million, but there are some key things to consider. It may sound like a lot of money, but how much income will $1 million portfolio produce? There's no exact science to determine the precise amount of annual income, but experts recommend using a 4% withdrawal rate. By only withdrawing 4% of your portfolio value each year, it's extremely unlikely that you'd ever run out of money. By using the 4% rule, retirees can withdraw 4% of their total portfolio value the first year during retirement and make adjustments for inflation for each subsequent year. Assuming a 4% safe withdrawal rate, you would receive $40,000 per year on income. This guideline is based on historical stock and bond market performance, which is always being updated. Some people recommend using a 3% or even 5% withdrawal rate. Depending on things like the expected length of retirement, you might decide to withdraw a different amount, but 4% is a widely accepted rule of thumb. You wouldn't think a millionaire would need to rely on Social Security, but it could be a large chunk of their annual income during retirement. The average benefit is almost $1,800 per month, or $21,204 per year according to the Social Security Administration. That equates to over 50% of the income one would receive from a $1 million portfolio. Your benefit will be higher or lower depending on your income throughout your career. Some people don't like the idea of having to rely on Social Security at all for various reasons, but it's a reality for most people and it could be a large amount of income, even for a millionaire. The amount you receive is based on how much you paid into the program. So your historical annual earnings and the number of years spent working will influence your benefits. In addition, it depends on what age you decide to take the benefits. You can begin taking them at age 62, but the longer you wait until age 70, the more you will receive. Those who want to retire early at a young age will need to do so without Social Security income. How much you will receive from Social Security will greatly impact your annual income during retirement. A single person with $1 million saved for retirement would receive about $40,000 per year from their investments using the 4% rule, assuming they receive the average Social Security benefit. This brings their total annual income to just about $60,000 per year. If the person were married, their spouse would also likely receive Social Security income. Assuming they also receive an average amount as a couple, they're bringing in about $80,000 per year. This means the couple is receiving about half of their annual income from Social Security, and half is generated by investments. Even for people with a $1 million portfolio, Social Security income can be a big influence. Without it, a couple would be relying on $40,000 per year alone. It's still possible, but much more difficult. How will your income be taxed during retirement? If you're lucky enough to have $1 million in a Roth IRA where the taxes have already been paid, the entirety of your distributions is exempt from taxes. This is a big relief for retirees because they don't need to worry about tax brackets, changing tax rates, and other variables. More likely, you have most of your money held in a traditional IRA or a 401k where the taxes have not yet been paid. This means the amount you withdraw during retirement will be taxed at ordinary income rates. Thankfully, if you're only withdrawing $40,000 per year and have no other income sources, the tax liability will be fairly low. Additionally, money held in a taxable brokerage account will be subject to capital gains tax, which ranges from 0% up to 20%. Someone retiring with $1 million will likely be on the lower end of that. Additionally, your housing is one expense you need to take seriously. This is a crucial consideration no matter where you are in your financial journey. The single expense greatly impacting your finances before and during retirement is where you live. With housing consuming the largest portion of the average budget, How much you're spending here is crucially important. The little old couple who paid their mortgage off years ago and is kept up with routine maintenance has a very low housing expense when compared to someone still paying a mortgage on a large home. In addition, a modest paid-off home could be the key to a comfortable retirement. Let's say you own an average price home of about $400,000. Your expenses consist of property tax, insurance, utilities, regular maintenance, and large improvements such as a roof replacement. With average property taxes of about 1%, this is about $330 per month. Average home insurance is about $1,759 per year, or $147 per month according to Bankrate. Expect to spend $5,160 per year or $430 per month on utilities. As far as maintenance and capital expenditures, this can vary greatly depending on the size of your home and its age, but 2% of your home's value each year is a good starting point. On average, this would be about $8,000 per year. That might seem like a lot, but it included routine painting, landscaping, snow removal, appliance repairs or replacement, and an allowance for expensive items that will need to be eventually replaced. This could be your furnace, air conditioner, roof, windows, and kitchen, which don't necessarily show up in monthly costs, but they still need to be accounted for. In total, someone in an average home should expect to spend about $1,600 per month in housing-related costs, even if they own it outright. Many older people fail to accurately predict the long-term cost of owning a home, in their property's condition reflects that. In addition, there are a few ways to reduce your housing costs. First, don't buy or rent more houses than you need. The concept sounds incredibly basic, but as the average home size continues to grow, more and more people seem to overlook this critical notion. Second, pay off your mortgage before retiring to reduce your housing costs as much as possible, even though the mortgage payment is only a portion of the overall cost of owning a home. Lastly, consider creative housing options that will eliminate your housing costs. This could consist of owning a multifamily home and renting out other units, having an in-law apartment or roommate, or renting out an accessory dwelling unit or other space in a creative way. Sharing your space to some degree is scoffed at by many, but the financial benefit of sharing your property can be huge. So could you retire with $1 million in retirement savings? It will likely depend heavily on if you're able to collect Social Security and what your housing costs are. It's possible to live very comfortably on a portfolio that size, but there are other crucial pieces to the puzzle. Being wise with your expenses, especially the large ones like housing, and finding ways to reduce them as much as possible will greatly increase the amount you can spend. You could be very comfortable with the $1 million nest egg, especially when you make the most of other influences. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more content on personal finance and investing.